What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Trado Without a Radio. I'm your host, Trado, you already know. Got my buddy Renee from the other day. And today we have a very special guest with us, Marlene. What up, Marlene?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What up? Yeah, give it up, guys. All right. No.
Yeah, you
Yo,
want to clap?
Make
so
it clap.
Marlene, make it clap. Well, so today's episode is for people that listen to podcasts who have aunts that dance and clap at birthday parties. So have you ever seen your aunt clap and dance at the same, like she's clapping to the beat? She's like, hey, hey.
Normally,
hey.
she's not clapping to
Oh,
the
really?
beat.
She's off rhythm the whole time.
Oh, wow. No, she's off beat? Like she's like doing that double clap? Yeah. So this is for all of the aunts that clap while they dance. I like to do like a little intro at the beginning of the thing. So it's like
At the
this
beginning of the
podcast.
thing?
Well, the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
So yeah. So every podcast is like dedicated to other certain type of people. So yeah, man. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. It's my first time ever doing this.
Thank
Oh,
you
really?
for being or agreeing to be on. I don't know how Trado like phrased it when he was like, "Hey, do you want to be on the podcast?"
Actually, I don't want to like put her on blast, but it was the other way around.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I saw it on Instagram and I was like, oh my gosh, I like. Some people were telling me like, listen to podcasts, and then I saw you guys. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be a guest on this show. It was just really cool.
Dude, imagine if everyone was like that. You're like,
Right?
yo, let me get on. Like, oh,
Yeah.
dude, it'd make our job so easy.
It'd be
Like,
so much easier. We wouldn't have to worry about planning. We wouldn't have to worry about like nothing.
No.
we just show up.
come on in, like,
Right? We just have a revolving door.
But thank you for being on. So I guess we want to give the people a little introduction before we just dive into a bunch of shit. Marlene, Renee, Trado, how did we all meet?
I didn't know where you were going with that, but
I'm trying to like mix it up, bro. Today's different. We got a
Yeah.
special guest. Like, I'm trying to mix it up.
Okay.
Well, I remember seeing him run track in high school.
yeah.
Ooh.
Similarly, playing volleyball. Yeah.
And then
Okay.
I just randomly saw his face, like, oh, okay, like.
I know this person.
You know,
Wow.
like I know this
Yeah.
person, so it was kind
I
of
know
like,
that.
hey, you know, I hate it when people like don't like you know them, like when you go to the gym or something or like the store and you like you know someone
Yeah.
and then they just like brush you by like I don't
Like
know
they didn't know
you.
you.
Like, oh my God, I don't want to talk to you.
It's so
Wait,
awkward.
what if
That's
that
super
person just didn't like you or something, and that's their way of being nice, I guess,
Right.
but not being rude to you?
That's true.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but it's like, come on, if you know there's no bad blood, it's like just say hi, just,
Bro,
like,
just a wave.
Yeah,
Like, we don't have to hug or anything. Just
Just smile
hey.
and wave.
even one of the
Yeah.
like the like head bobs, like
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like
Like,
mutual
wiggle.
agreement.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
I acknowledge that I know you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so like that.
Okay,
I
so then
guess,
you guys
yeah.
acknowledged each other before. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I met you working at the pool
Oh,
when I was a lifeguard. You were my manager.
No, but I feel like I knew you
Yeah,
before.
manager Trado.
That too, cause
Yo,
you knew my
manager
sister. Yeah.
Oh, that's right, your sister. Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, manager Trado. No, go back to that real quick, bro. That's like such a bad rep. Like, I know a lot of people didn't fuck with me when I was manager. You know?
What?
Yeah, were you just a bad boss?
I was a great boss to people, other certain people. No, but
Wow.
no, I was a great boss. I was cool. Damn. So that's how we met for real, like at
Yeah.
the pool.
Yeah, cause like I just remember you being that cool person, like
Yeah.
oh yeah, you know, like work at
You
the
got all
pool, and
excited.
he was like a cool manager, you know, like
Yeah.
that's why I never heard anything bad about you.
Yeah. See, there you go, Renee. Nah,
Wow, calling me out.
I know, right? All right, cool, yeah. So I guess for everybody else, I was her manager at a pool, and I talk about lifeguarding here and there on the show.
Yeah.
And it's now that I think about it, bro, I haven't gone swimming all summer, so that'd be dope to like,
So you're like not even a
Yeah.
lifeguard anymore.
dude, like retired as fuck. Like, I haven't swam in like a year or two. Like, it's bad.
You're basically a normal person now.
I'm a civilian now. Like,
So
yo,
you're a nobody.
I'm a
No,
nobody.
just kidding.
Dang.
I'm just kidding.
dude, for real. Like, I took my nephew to the pool where we used to work at
Uh-huh.
last summer.
And you didn't know anybody?
No
Bro,
one knows.
it felt
yeah.
so weird. Like,
Yeah?
I was like, I didn't want to pay. Nah. Like, yo, my whole
You
life
wanted
I'd
to
never
get in?
paid. Like, it felt weird paying, you know? Like, it was weird. So real quick, let's just dive into these topics. I have 10 things from anything to chicken wings. Do you want to play?
What is that?
Ooh, see, I was
so
hoping you'd ask.
explain that.
It's pretty much 10 questions, like a speed round, and then lets the people get to know you a little bit.
Do you have the
Um,
questions already?
I do, yeah.
Oh, okay, thank God.
That would suck, right?
I thought you were gonna like, all right, Renee, hit her with the first question.
All right, Renee. You got the first 5. Go. So yeah, it's pretty much 10 question speed round game. I just made up a cool name so it sounds badass.
Okay.
Yeah. So you ready to go?
I'm down. Let's do this.
All right, cool. Just off the top. So whatever comes to your mind.
Ooh,
Ready?
okay, I'm nervous.
Here we
No.
go. Number 1.
No.
What's your favorite movie?
Shawshank Redemption.
What city did you grow up in?
Cicero.
Friends or The Office?
Office.
Ooh. Would you go thrift shopping with Osuna or fishing with Bad Bunny?
Fishing with Bad Bunny.
What's better, taking off nasty socks after a workout or drinking cold water after a workout?
Oh, drinking cold water after a workout.
Starbucks or Dunkin'?
Dunkin'.
Backyard bonfire or happy hour at the bar?
Backyard bonfire.
Your mom's best dish for dinner or leaving work early on a Friday?
Oh, mom's best dish for dinner.
Reebok or Nikes?
Nice. Nikes.
The song?
The song?
Buffalo Wild Wings or Wingstop?
Wingstop.
Ooh, all right, not bad.
Dang,
Yeah,
okay.
Thank
all
you.
right, cool. So The Office? No,
Wow.
just
Oh
go
my
straight into
gosh.
it. Yo, I love The Office. Yeah.
I know. I can't, I think I saw I saw it 3 times already, like all the seasons. It's just so good. It's so
How
funny.
many times have you seen it now, Trado?
4.5. I'm at like season 5,
Okay.
but I've seen it 4 times around. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I love like meeting people. Well, I mean, I know you already, but like I love meeting people that like love The Office.
So
It's
you
like,
can talk
yo,
about The
like
Office?
one of us. Like, it's
one of us.
yeah, dude, if for
Yeah,
real,
sound
like,
culty. No.
yeah, like a lot of people talk shit. Like, bro, you seen that already? Like, no, you don't understand.
I
No.
hate it when like people watch before they watch Parks and Recs and they're like, oh, it's so good, and then they can't get into The Office. I'm like, you did this all backwards. Like, you have to watch The Office and then watch Parks and Recs
Yeah.
because it's like it kind of like sets you up to get
Yeah.
like the sarcastic humor.
That's a
Nah,
good point.
I still
don't know,
haven't
I
seen Parks and Rec.
Me neither. I don't. I
Oh,
saw
okay.
the first 2 episodes. I was like, this is so boring. It's not The Office. You know,
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
You want Trado? It's like, it's not The Office.
Bro, I've been trying to say that for years. Like, it's so hard to like dive into it because it feels
I-
different.
It's like I'm cheating. It's
Right?
like it feels like you're cheating. You know, like
Yeah.
I tried watching it like 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Twice before I had ever seen The Office, and once after I finished watching The Office. I always get to like the 5th episode. I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah, fuck this show.
I couldn't. I can't.
I'm
I
told
can't
that
do
if you get to like the 3rd season, it gets good. But to me, that just means I have to watch 3 seasons worth of shitty episodes.
it. Right.
You know?
Yeah. I get
Which
you.
that's actually common for like shows to pick up after like the 2nd or 3rd season.
I mean, The Office picked up after the 2nd episode or after the
Yeah.
1st episode.
What
The
was the
pilot
first?
one.
Oh, when Ryan, he's a temp agent or temp.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Like
then
the
he gets-
first like legit episode that they made, because the pilot was a remake, a straight like remake of the British version.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first episode that they actually made was the Diversity Day, the one
Oh,
where
really?
they put the stickers on their heads.
Oh yeah, that was.
Oh
funny.
yeah.
And like Kelly ends up smacking Michael.
That's a really good episode. I like it when Creed is like such an underrated character. I think like I don't know. I just love that guy.
Creed creeps me out. I feel like he'll show up in the middle of the night and just like ask you for a ride somewhere. Like,
Just
I'll
give
give
him a
it to
ride,
him.
man.
Yeah, I'll
I
gladly
don't
do
know,
it.
Give him a
man.
ride. Hook him up.
who would you rather hang out with, Creed or Dwight?
Creed.
Ooh,
Damn.
100%.
Really?
Yeah. Just because he's I don't know. He's so random. Like
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like Dwight would just be fun to like talk to.
To talk shit
to
with.
mess around with.
Yo, I love the Jim and Dwight like beef that they have. Like, they just it's so like perfect. They just
It's
talk
like a
shit.
bittersweet
Yeah,
relationship. Though.
Yeah.
But then they end up being like best friends by the end of it, because like Jim was the original best man, right?
Mhm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and then he
The
like
bestest
surprised him with
one.
He
Michael.
surprised him when Michael showed up.
Damn, that's dope.
I literally started crying. Like that's how I got so into The Office that when Michael showed up and I was like, oh, I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I wasn't expecting it. Apparently everyone was like, I saw that coming, you know, but I didn't see it.
Well, did you watch it like as it was coming out, or did you watch it after the
No,
fact?
I watched it on like Netflix or.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering that because I knew. I guess The Office is so popular that I knew like all the plot points before I ever watched it.
Just like people talking
Just
about
like people
Mm-hmm.
talking about it, or like posts on Facebook or like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like while I was watching, and I remember I talked about this on the first episode. Where
The
we talked about
Office.
The Office.
Yeah.
We're like watching it through like in the 9th season where like Jim and Pam are having like marriage problems, and then the dude with the boom mic comes in and he's like hitting on Pam. And I remember watching it knowing that they finished the series together.
Oh damn.
And I was like, oh, this would have been a lot more. I would have had more fun watching this if I didn't know how it already ended.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I was actually I stopped. So the first time I saw it, I stopped at season 7, because I was like, yo, after Michael, like I don't want to watch this shit.
Well,
Like,
you didn't
Oh,
even
God.
see it though.
yeah, I
Like,
know.
you
And
didn't
then
even know.
for the longest
Yeah.
time, I was like, yo, I'm not gonna finish it. And then someone like was like, yo, just finish it. And then Andy turned out to be actually pretty cool. Like he was.
Really,
Yeah.
I didn't like him
Will
at the
Ferrell
end.
too.
Will Ferrell. I
yeah.
didn't like Will Ferrell. He was
I-
weird.
I hated Robert California. Like I hated him.
He kind of grew on me.
weird.
Did he really?
Yeah, like especially when the episode where he left the notebook open or like the piece of paper,
the list
and the list of
Yeah.
like two parts. I was like, yo, that's actually pretty cool. And then yeah, he just grew on me.
and his bachelor pad.
The pool party they had,
Pool party.
that was dope. Nah,
She's like, why doesn't Daryl swim? Is it because he's black? Like, no, that's racist.
that's fucked up.
That was a good episode.
No, but I did want to point out, you'd rather have your favorite thing for dinner than to get out of work early?
Well, if okay,
That one
so-
really
Right?
stuck with me.
I mean, I don't know. I already get out of work early because
But,
I
like,
start
earlier.
at 4 in the morning. Oh well, so I get out at 12:30. So
Okay,
it's like
that's
it's
pretty
pretty early.
Yeah.
But like the thing that came like right to my head when you asked me that question was my mom's chiles rellenos.
Ooh,
And they're
okay.
like they're so good with like a side of sour cream and stuff. And I don't know. So I automatically thought of that, and I think that's my mom's best dish. I'm like
Yeah,
I can't pass that up. I can't.
Damn.
Okay, I guess that changes it. Because then if you already get out at noon, or 12:30 you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you get out at 12:30, if you got to get out earlier, I feel like that's just weird.
Yeah, that's true.
Because then, like, if you get out, like, too early, it's, like, 8 or something, and, like, what
Yeah,
the hell
but
are you
And
it's
supposed to do?
everyone's still sleeping.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's true.
And then
But
you
it's
gotta-
nice though, cause like your day's longer, and you're like, dang, like the day just started for some people, you know?
Yeah, that's true, but then you're all tired.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
how does it feel waking up, or like, what do you wake up at 3:30?
I mean, yeah, I wake up like at 3:30, but like at first it was so hard. Like I was late like 2 hours, like
shit.
several times, like
Damn.
you know. And I mean, at first it sucked because it just takes a toll like on like your relationships, like whether it's like family or friends, just because you're so tired and it's like you can't do as much. So, but I feel like over time you kind of get used to it and you get used to like the rhythm. I mean, it just sucks. Like I feel happy getting like 5 hours of sleep. Like 5 hours of sleep, I'm like, hell yeah, like that's a good day, you know?
Yo, 5 hours of sleep. I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna function today. Like, let me get coffee right now.
Right.
Wait, I guess to backtrack a little bit. So, what do you do? Like,
So I'm a forklift driver at Costco.
nice.
Yeah,
That's
An
like
overnight
badass.
forklift driver at Costco. Jesus Christ.
I know, but it's pretty cool. Like, I just think it's like pretty badass because I was the only girl at my warehouse like who
Yeah.
drives a forklift.
Oh, really?
So I was like, dang, I feel honored. You know,
No,
like I
you're
felt
kind of like Daryl. Like,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
girl version of Daryl. Like, I don't know, Daryl in the
I'm-
warehouse, and
I'm
then
curious to see where you're going.
no,
with
because
this. Hold on.
I
Keep going.
thought of Michael, where he's like, I'm gonna drive the forklift, and
Yeah.
Daryl's like, dude, you can't drive the forklift. Wait, so you're the only girl in the warehouse that drives the forklift?
I mean, yeah, but there's other people who are not
Nah,
like
nah.
forklift drivers, but
Uh-huh.
they like know how to operate it, but not. I don't know.
So you're like like a certified.
Yeah, I'm.
You have the
certified.
certification
Yeah,
for
right.
it.
Damn, that's actually badass. Like, if you just approach people like, yo, I'm a forklift driver. Like, that's so interesting.
That's
It
a good
surprises
conversation
a lot.
starter.
Yeah, it surprises a lot of people. They're like, oh, like a lot of guys, like they'll be like, oh, you're a forklift driver. Oh, that's pretty neat. Like that's pretty badass. And I'm
Right.
just like, I don't know if they're saying it because they feel like, I don't know. It's just like, I guess we'll get into the next topic, right?
Yeah, I was waiting for
I like
For
how the
that
first one was
whole-
like, that's neat. Like it
You know,
sounds
it's
like
that's
yeah.
so
Yeah.
neat. It's like, okay.
this fly in
yo.
here.
Oh, I was about to say that. So everyone watching at home, there's a fucking fly in the room, and it's been bothering me, bro.
It's been going around.
But I don't
just
want to
like-
like fucking be that dude, you know?
It's gonna be like the episode of Breaking Bad.
The whole
where-
fly
Oh,
where there's
episode.
a fly in the lab.
Yeah.
That's the
It's
worst.
gonna be us.
Okay, so then you're a forklift driver. Have you ever had any like almost accidents where you're like, holy shit, I almost dropped a shitload of stuff?
Oh my gosh, no. But there was this.
No.
No, I mean, there's
just-
been times where like I've dropped stuff, you know, but like not like thousands of dollars worth,
Yeah.
you know. And I haven't broken anything, but there was this one time. There's this like lady
wood.
there's this lady at work, and she's like, you know, an older lady. And so one day I was driving, and it was like my second week of driving, so I still wasn't like really comfortable with it. And I dropped like a pallet of razors, like shaving razors.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like in her department. So she's like, I'm like picking them all up, putting them back on the pallet. And then she's helping. She's like, oh, I'll help you, girlfriend. Like, she's one
Wow,
of those.
nice.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
one of
Yeah.
those moms. She's like, oh, don't worry, girlfriend. I'll help you. So we're picking everything up. And she's like, I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, it's okay. but you gotta quit doing the shit.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
I know. I'm just like, oh, okay, sorry. Like
Damn.
I instantly started laughing. It was because I guess it was several times that I did it, you know. But
She's just tired of your
Fuck.
shit. Like, yo, stop.
That's how tired you were. You didn't even remember dropping it multiple times?
I know.
Damn.
It was so funny.
That's crazy. Are you like one of the youngest in the warehouse, or is it like a young environment?
I mean, there's people like in like, you know, like the cashiers and stuff, and like they're pretty young. There's a lot of like 18-year-olds.
Oh, so it's not like a warehouse, just straight like.
Well,
No.
every Costco is like a warehouse and a storefront,
duh.
isn't it?
Well, I don't know why I was thinking they have their separate like location where they ship the stuff.
You're thinking of Amazon, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. Well, I don't know what the fuck.
No, but
Oh, so then it's just everyone working together.
yeah, but like it's like everyone works in different departments. So there's like the morning crew. So they work from 4 to 12:30, and then we leave. Like we don't work because normally like the store opens at 10 o'clock. So we're only
okay.
like I only cashier for like 2 hours, and then after that we just leave. But like everyone else deals with the members. Like that's the only shift that you don't really have to deal with the people. Yeah.
Yo, I would take that shit for sure.
It's
Right?
it's
Yo.
pretty sweet. Yeah.
I used to work at Party City, and for Halloween we used to downstock all the stuff to get ready for the day. So I would go in.
What's downstock?
Oh, so it's like all the, say you have to like refill like your supplies or whatever costumes. Everything's like in the back room, like stored up top. So you
So
gotta
have to
like pull it down,
So
and
you're
like
literally
Fill it up.
pulling the
yeah,
stock
yeah,
down.
and fill
Okay.
up. Yeah, so we would do that like exactly from like 4 in the morning till like 10. And it was the best thing because you just had headphones on, like you didn't have to
Yeah.
worry about like old ladies finding costumes. Like it was the best. That was the worst. I think customer service
How
is
many
like,
old ladies did you have looking for costumes?
bro,
I
these
know.
old ladies and they're like you don't understand how many old ladies try to fit into like a medium like Little Red Riding Hood. Bro, it was like scarred. Like yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was weird. Like I remember one time, not to get gross, but like, okay, she was probably like 300 pounds, and she legit was trying to fit into like a medium, large, and then she would not go above large.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, here you go, you know, and she would
Yeah.
try it on, and like obviously it didn't fit, right?
Right.
So then she would come back all mad at me, like, this didn't fit. Like you gotta go get something else. And I was like, ma'am, like, what size? I'm not gonna guess your size.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it got super awkward, but yeah, customer service sucks. Like.
Did
Oh,
she
man.
eventually like get a size that fits, or did she
I think
just get mad and
she
go
got
somewhere
mad and
else?
left. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was bad.
She's like, I'll just take the small then.
I know, right? I guess.
I was like, I
Like,
guess I'll fit into a small.
right?
It's like,
But,
man, they're all the same price. You're not paying for the material.
Yo, for real. Yeah, it was bad. So Costco, I guess you don't. I mean, other than like
Fucking
the
fun.
early birds, you don't mess with people at 10 in the morning, right? Like,
I mean, there's like, yeah, I do for like 2 hours, but that's like the limit, you know?
yeah.
But oh my God, dude, people are just terrible, especially because Costco is not like a store. It's a membership. So people actually pay to shop there. So it's like
Right.
they feel like, oh, I'm paying to shop here. You have to like do everything for
Yeah,
me. You know,
they're,
like
like,
wipe my
entitled.
ass and everything. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, so a lot of the times, like I don't know. I think there's this funny joke, but like, cause at Costco they don't have bags. They
Oh,
only
yeah.
have boxes, right? So every time like a member comes in, I'll be like, "Do you want a box?" And then they'll be like, "Yeah, sure." And I'll be like, "I'm about to swing it." You know, like, that's like a joke that
Wow.
everyone has. Like,
Excuse me, ma'am. Do
Like-
you want to throw hands?
you know, I get out in a couple minutes. We can see each other in the parking lot. No,
Damn.
but
No.
right?
dude, actually the other day I almost got into an art. Like I had to walk away just because of how heated I was, because there was this like lady, and I don't know. She looked. I mean, I don't want to sound like an asshole or anything, but she looked Hispanic, you know. But she spoke like English, you know. So I guess I was one of my buddies. He was taking care of 2 Hispanics, and they were speaking Spanish, and you can tell their English was pretty broken.
Right.
And so we're done with their order, and then they walk away, and the lady who was next, she was like, "Why do you speak to them in Spanish? Like you should start speaking to them in English." Like
Oh, hell no.
I know, and I was like, this lady legit thinks she's like, what does she like? What does she think she's
Right,
saying? You know?
yeah.
So she's like, yeah, you got to stop speaking. She's like, that's why they're dumb. And I'm just
Oh,
like, I
damn.
was like, oh, so you're dumb if you speak Spanish? She's like, no, I'm not saying that. But if you're in America, you should speak English. And I was like, you can speak whatever language you want here, like, you know.
Yeah.
And I was starting to get really pissed off. And she's
I-
like, when I go to Italy, I speak Italian. I'm like, well, good for you. Like, you know, like that's like, you know, that's awesome. But
yo, I would have thrown a box at her face.
I swear, I was like, you want a box? I was like, you want to catch these hands? Like,
yo, that's crazy. Like you see that on like Facebook and like those like viral videos, but I've never seen that in person. Like that's crazy.
Man.
Yeah, I've never seen that in person either.
And it's crazy because they're like so chill about it. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna say this bad thing. It's more like it's like literally engraved into their brain. Like,
it's just like a normal conversation.
Right. And they're like, and she was like nonchalant, like smiling. And I was just like, this lady is about, like, you know, like I was like, dang. It's just crazy.
I would have spoken to her in Spanish the whole time.
Wow,
just
to
get at her.
Yeah, just to like get back at her, like, you know, fuck that lady. Yeah, that's crazy.
If you're watching this.
I know.
If you're watching this,
unsubscribe, right? No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Don't unsubscribe.
Don't unsubscribe.
don't actually unsubscribe.
Damn, that's crazy. Yo, so Costco has like a lot of like bougie people that shop there, I guess.
Oh yeah. Like.
Or would you say it's better? Well, I guess you have to, because I was gonna compare it to Sam's Club.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. So like, how much is a membership at Costco?
Okay, so there's 2 memberships. So one is the
They got
basic.
tiers?
I know.
Oh shit.
So there's one basic one. So it basically like just gets you in the store, right? It's like a regular membership. Like, oh, here I paid for this card, now I can shop in here.
Okay.
The other card, it's called an executive membership, and everything that you buy, you get 2% of everything that you buy. And then at the end of the year, you get a check like, oh, this is how much money. This is how much like the 2% check was for you, like of how much you spent. And a lot of people, like, they give it either cash back or you can use that to pay for your membership for the next year.
That's sense. Actually pretty dope. Yeah. So it rolls over.
Yeah. So it's like
it's like when you have like a point system or like free miles on your card where you get like 2% off every purchase. So like that kind of deal.
Yeah. So they just give you cash back. And I think it's pretty good. If you shop a lot like there, then it's worth it. Just because, you know, especially like I think gas applies to it too.
Yeah,
so never mind. It doesn't.
The lines at like Sam's Club and Costco for the gas,
they're so annoying.
They're ridiculous.
Yeah.
So then Sam's Club only has like the one membership then, right? Like
I think so. I don't know.
I have no idea, bro.
I'm not allowed to talk.
I shop at Jewel.
No.
Trader Without a Radio. This episode is sponsored by Costco, where you get. Yo, imagine.
You want to be the executive level? No.
Yeah.
I like how they call it basic too, so people don't like it.
It's a gold membership. It's gold.
Oh, okay.
And then the other one's executive.
Oh, I thought it was just called basic. So like
basic.
Yo, do you get a free membership because you work there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's damn. Is it executive?
Executive?
It's executive.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay.
So I get.
Bro, I'm about to go get like a forklift license.
just so, hold on. Rather than get the membership, you're gonna go get a forklift, learn how to drive a forklift, get licensed, apply for a job.
It's worth it, bro. 2%. It's worth it.
Bro, just sign up.
No. See, that's what they want you to do. No. Wait, okay, so without going, I know we're talking a lot about Costco here, but without going into like a whole lot of detail about how much you make, do you make more than like someone that, well, obviously that doesn't do like forklift, and like say like someone that just stocks up like?
I'd imagine the answer is yes.
Yeah, right? Is it like a whole lot, or is it?
It's not a whole lot.
No?
It's not. It's only like, I think like a couple bucks.
Okay.
Yeah, but it has to be more because like you got certified for something, you know?
Yeah. So in preparation for today's episode, I was looking at like, so I mean, just because obviously you're a girl and like you're a first like girl on the show, I wanted to talk about like the gender employment wage gap. Yeah. Like, has that ever happened to you or anybody at Costco, or is that like a like Southern thing? Because I feel like these things that like happen, like I never have met anyone that's actually been affected by it. So like
Well, I think it's more down south just because everyone down there honestly is Republican. You know, like you don't never like you never see like Democrats on there just because, and I feel like that's why they're like okay with it, just because they're more focused on like the views of the past. You know, like oh, you know, the man is supposed to run everything, so it's like, why would a woman get paid more for something that a man's doing? You know what I'm saying? Like the man should run everything.
Why would a woman be a lifeguard? What the hell? A forklift driver?
It's crazy that people actually believe that though. Like there's dudes out there that don't want women to be forklift drivers. I'm just using that as an example.
I thought you were going to say lifeguard.
Well, though that too, no. But it's crazy. Like, yo, how are you so narrow-minded that you don't believe in like equal pay? You know, I was reading into, so last year, 2018, there was
so you
a
got
bunch
sources,
of,
huh?
Bro, yeah. What's up? Nah, I did my research. Nah.
All right.
So there was a whole, I was gonna say a riot. Nah, there There's a whole lot of female filmmakers that protested against equal pay.
Right.
Because I guess in Hollywood, they were paying film directors more if you were male. And it's kind of like stupid because aside from like having the skill and like being able to produce the same movie, like why would it make a difference if you're a girl or a guy, you know? Well, I guess in like other jobs, if you're like lifting boxes for like Amazon,
Right.
if you're stronger, I guess it would kind of make sense for you to get paid more because production wise, you could probably lift more.
Right.
Or-
So like if someone lifts 80-pound boxes,
Yeah,
someone lifts
but if you're
50-pound
filming a
boxes.
movie, like why does it make a difference?
And
Right.
it's weird because I feel like that's the type of jobs where it happens more, like on non like working class jobs.
Yeah.
Is where the gap becomes greater. So like if you have an executive, like that's where you see it the most, or
Right.
like film directors or like actors and actresses.
Ooh, you almost got that fly, bro.
I almost got them. So
Yeah.
like I feel like you see it more in those kinds of things for whatever reason when it matters less.
Yeah.
Or like a job where you're like physically doing something, it seems to be more even. I wonder if
Yeah.
that's just a product of how like more, just of how you said like how more rich people are Republican,
Right.
and like that's just the views.
And it goes to
that
show
they
you,
have.
like, the higher ups, like, you don't really think about the people in charge, right? So, like, say Lion King, for instance. Like, you think of, like, the director and, like, the cast, but, like, you don't think of the people actually funding the movie. So 9 out of 10 times, they're probably, like, Republicans or, like, not even Republicans, but just, like, narrow-minded people are just like, yo, Beyonce, we're going to let her sing, but she can't touch the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
little
right.
shit like that. Like
Like
I
she's
don't know.
not gonna get as much as Seth Rogen.
Yeah, well, no, I don't know about that. No, Beyonce could definitely get a lot more in stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
But
my point
yeah,
being is,
the
like,
gender, yeah. So I don't know.
Or
How do you guys
Childish
feel?
Gambino then?
Ooh, okay, yeah, that would be a good one. But how do you guys feel about that though? Like if I don't know, say right now we're all getting paid, and it's like,
Right.
sorry, you can't get paid as much as Renee and I.
Oh,
Like
I would quit.
right away, like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But okay, so let's do a scenario. Like, what if you have 7 kids at home that are starving,
okay.
and and it's like, yo, you can't quit because you really need this job.
Well, that's the situation that most people get stuck.
Well, that's what I'm
into.
saying.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, it's sad to say, but it's like usually like lower class or like level entry where it's
Yeah.
like they don't have a choice. Like they really need a job. Like what would you do? That,
Well, if I'm put in that situation, if I like, obviously I would try fighting it. Be like,
Yeah.
hey, like this isn't fair. Like we're all doing the same job here. You know, it's not
Right.
like you guys are doing more physical labor than I am. You know,
Right,
or-
especially if it's like if we're all like secretaries or something, you know.
right.
Yeah.
It's like-
So
It doesn't
I'm-
matter how hard you hit the keys; they're still gonna.
we're all Pams.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're all
No. Yeah.
I mean, at first I would fight it, but then if I'm put in that situation where I have 7 kids and you know I can't do
Yeah.
anything about it, I mean, what else can I do other than just work here and just make what I'm making? I mean, I'll probably have hate towards you guys, honestly.
Yeah.
You know,
I
like,
would feel
would.
shitty for myself. Yeah.
I'll be
Well,
like,
I guess like, and it's even worse. I feel like because like most people, they don't often know, you know.
Oh, like they don't compare.
Well, yeah,
wages?
like do you
what kind
talk
of
about?
personal? Yeah.
Yeah, do you
Yeah.
talk about that with your coworkers? They're like, hey, how much do you get paid?
Actually,
you know?
no.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
It's
so
kinda
like
Nah,
you would
I'm all
nev-
thinking about it.
you would never really even know if you're getting paid more or less than somebody else, you know.
That's true. And then it's like people that have been there longer, they like eventually get raises and shit. So
Yeah.
it's like really hard to pinpoint if you're getting paid less.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Unless
like,
you're getting paid like hourly wage.
yeah, that's true.
yeah, and you have even then like you would have to have someone who started like with you, got like the same, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's really hard for someone to notice when they're getting paid less,
That's crazy.
unless they go around asking everybody.
That's true.
That's
Listen,
true.
fly.
Well, yeah. I kind of want to like take a break, cut the camera, and kill this fucking fly right now. Yeah, but that's crazy, man. And it's crazy. I don't know why I was googling that to talk about it on the show, but like and it happens. Like it's an everyday thing, you know. Like that's wild.
It's one of those things that like you can't really. I feel like you would have to have someone who agrees with that logic to be able to have a conversation about it, because it's really easy because we were all sitting here and we all agree. You know?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make sense.
I know. We would need
We would need someone who's like, well, yeah, obviously you got to pay her less because she gets pregnant, I guess.
Do you want to play devil's advocate real quick?
Well, I guess, yeah. I know that's one of the biggest arguments. Where like, oh, well, with women you have to pay maternity leave and like
That's true.
all of that. So they rationalize it by saying they get paid like 80 cents to $1 because eventually at some point they're gonna get pregnant and you're gonna have to pay for 4 months or whatever while they're not working.
But how do they know that she could even get pregnant to begin with?
That's true.
Well, they just make the assumption, you know.
Huh. Well, that's
Because
pretty
then,
shitty.
because then you
Yeah.
can't really ask that either. Like,
Ooh, so what if they're in a field, say like professional athlete. Where it's like,
Right.
you know, damn well the chick on Team USA is not gonna get pregnant because she has to win the fucking
Right.
World Cup. You know, like how about that? Like, who was it? The soccer team or was it the
It was
W?
the soccer team.
Yeah, right. They
Well,
were
both
talking
of them,
about,
but the soccer team more recently.
yeah, they were talking about equal pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was weird. I tried to look into it a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and it just confused me. So I feel like I'd have to look up more. But what I understood was both teams get a percentage of the revenue that they bring in.
Okay.
So and I don't remember what the numbers were, but like let's say it was like 7 and 14. So allegedly, I didn't really fact check it, but allegedly the men's team gets 7% of all the revenue that they generate, and the women's team gets 14% of all the revenue that they generate. So the argument was that the women's team was getting paid less, but the percentage that they take out of the revenue was higher.
So would
Well,
it
it's-
balance out?
But it doesn't balance out because the men's team generates more revenue, even though the women's team is better. And that was kind of the argument that they were making,
Yeah.
that the better team or the more successful team should get paid more. And then the counter argument was like, well, you're already getting a higher percentage.
Right. But so revenue as in like ticket sales and like jersey
Ticket
sales
sales,
and all that shit?
jerseys, all that stuff, yeah.
Huh.
Well, honestly, like a lot of like people are just in general, like even women aren't watching like females, like
Right.
females like athletes in sports on TV. So
That's
it's
true.
like, I mean,
So that's why they run into that issue, but it still makes sense, you know, like you want to pay the best team in your league, division, world more, you know,
Right.
than a team that I think they've lost like the last 4 times in the first round or something like that.
I think, well, it depends. I mean, depending on the sport, because soccer like is like a little bit more different. I guess it's more interesting to watch the Team USA as opposed to like, I don't know, women's softball or something. You know, it's not as popular in the United States. So I guess I don't know.
Okay,
Would the sport be a factor as well?
Well, yeah, because that's exactly what the counter argument is. So like with the other example with the NBA and WNBA, it's the same argument, but then they go back and like, oh, well, it's based off your revenue, and you know the NBA generates like billions of dollars, and the WNBA does like millions, I think, or like hundreds of thousands.
Okay, way less.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like it doesn't matter if you're getting paid 20% of $10 or 10% of $1,000. That you know the 10% is still more.
Yo, you ever seen that meme where like all the numbers are in the
That's
me right now. Like,
I know, right?
I'm all trying to
white
keep
girl,
up.
like trying to calculate everything.
Yeah, yeah,
Isn't that
Man.
like Goodwill Hunting or in the background all the numbers start
right,
off, you know?
bro. Okay.
Dude, it's like,
Speaking of sports, though, I heard
ahead.
you were gonna be like a professional volleyball player at one point in your life.
What the heck?
That's what I read on Google. when
and
I
then you
Googled
took an arrow to your knee.
Yeah, and then it was all
What?
downhill from there.
Oh yeah, right.
Nah.
Damn.
Yeah, right?
That's so mean.
I know, right?
Actually, it's funny because I used to play for Morning College,
Oh, nice.
and there was the first time I think I dislocated my shoulder was playing with them, and there was this one time in practice where we were like scrimmaging, and obviously in volleyball there's a court and the ball has to stay within the court, you know.
Right.
And so there was this one time where I hit the ball and my shoulder just popped out of its socket, and it just was like you know, like my arm was just dangling.
Yeah.
And I was yelling at my coach. I'm like holding my arm. I'm like, Coach, it's out. And he's like, no, the ball was in. And I'm like, no, like my shoulder's sticking out. Like, and then he was like, oh, okay. So he like runs up to me and I'm like, oh, like me, like just dangling my arm. Like,
Yeah.
Bro, how focused was that coach on the point?
I
Right?
know, right? He's like, no, that was in. I was just like, oh, you're terrible.
Damn.
See, that's how you know he cares about the sport.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh yeah, he was awesome.
Wait, so like, did he pop it back in or?
No, I was just like there, like dangling my arm,
Yeah.
and then I had to wait for the trainer to come in. Maybe like 2 minutes. I was just like.
Did it feel funny? Like, did it feel cool?
Just
Nah, I'm all thinking about it. Yeah.
It just feels weird because it's like it's just out, like your arm's just loose. You can't like lift it up like this. You know,
Yeah.
like you have to like, you know, it feels pretty. It's gross. I don't know.
It's weird. Could you, when it was like out, could you still move like your fingers and stuff?
No.
No, so it was just all.
Yeah.
Essentially,
it was
just
kind of
there.
like numb. You
Yeah.
know, it was like a numb feeling.
How was it playing college? Like, was it fun or was it like a whole lot different than playing in high school?
To me, it wasn't a whole. I mean, I feel like
Damn, that's how good she was.
Right? Nah, it was a shit.
It was alright. No.
it was fun. I mean, it was fun, but I mean, I feel like it was kind of like high school volleyball, just taken more seriously. And actually, you start looking back at high school and you're like, dang, like now I know what my coach meant when she said this.
Yeah.
Like it all, like, you know, you're just like your brain is just developing more and you're learning a lot more. And
Yeah.
so it was fun. I mean, just with girls, like sometimes, you know, there's always going to be drama. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and I don't know how it is with the guys, but like, it was
There's
fun.
always gonna be drama.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know there's gonna be
it's
drama.
more hidden though. Like they don't
Hidden
just
drama.
yeah, they just talk shit behind your back and not actually say it to your face. And then
No, you see with girls, it's like, oh, I'm going to give you like the side eye, you know, or like,
Yeah.
Not
Like,
gonna
I'm gonna make
ignore
sure
you.
you know that I don't like you.
right,
Yeah.
right. I don't know. I just never liked that. I was more like, hey guys, like peace and love.
Like, I'm just trying to play. No.
yeah, no
like
kidding.
I'm just trying to play volleyball.
Damn.
But
Like, was the team good? Like, were you guys actually like competitive, or was it just like the Morton College team getting killed over and over again?
no, we actually were a really solid team. Like the first year, it was pretty solid, and then the second year, we actually went to New Hampshire. We actually went to New Hampshire. We went to Boston, and we went to Maine and Rhode Island.
Damn.
Oh shit, so
Connecticut.
East Coast?
Yeah, like it was all like it was like all close together. So
Yeah.
we went and we actually won the whole tournament against like I think like 30 teams, and it was
Oh, shit.
pretty awesome. Yeah, I was like, hell yeah, like
Damn,
we did
that's
that.
pretty badass.
Is volleyball like volleyball tournaments like or competitions? I don't know what they're called. Is it a tournament?
Volleyball,
Tournament?
yeah, like tournaments.
Are they like central on the East Coast, or is that just where you guys happen to go?
No, that's just a tournament we just happened to join
Okay.
in on. But like I feel like women's volleyball is more watched than like men's volleyball for some reason. I don't know if it's because of the spandex or like.
All right, I'm
you
glad
know-
you said it because I didn't want
Yeah, like,
I don't want to be that guy, you know. But that's probably it.
Probably is because
Yeah.
of that, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It was.
I don't know. I think like volleyball is a sport that's so like interesting whether you're a guy or a girl. Like you're doing the same shit really. Like
Right.
you know, in basketball, like I know guys could like dunk and like they have like a higher talent more to say, but like volleyball, you could be a girl and like still spike the shit out of the ball and like
Right.
you know what I'm saying. Like I don't think it's much of a difference because I've seen girls play that are like, holy shit, this is
Right.
amazing. Like the rallies and shit, like that's
Right.
pretty dope. Yeah.
It gets fun. I
Yeah.
don't know.
That's crazy. I know you were talking about track earlier.
I was.
How, well, how like
I
you?
was,
Well,
yeah.
I guess Renee ran track in high school. Did you ever think about doing it in college too, or was it kind of like,
Nah.
oh shit, all right,
Oh fuck that.
really?
No, yeah. By the time I did track my senior year, I was just done. Like I was just fed up with it. I was just kind of doing it because at this point I had done it. You know, I was like, oh, I want to say that I did it for all 4 years.
Oh, that's pretty badass.
But I was really just done. I was just kind of there to be there.
Yeah,
But you were pretty good though.
I
you were a
mean,
beast.
Yeah, like you were
Thanks. No.
really good.
I mean, compared to other people though, you got like Eric and Alan who were just super
Oh,
good.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Eric
Yeah,
was like
see?
a fucking machine. Like he was just a robot.
It was
Oh no,
amazing.
Alan, or who was the guy that actually called the robot? The
Oh.
kid that spoke Spanish.
Uh,
Wedo, I think. they
oh,
called him?
Wedo, yeah.
Wedo, yeah.
Oh yeah, they did call him that.
So funny story. I was on track team
yeah,
for 2 years.
Shot put.
But the only reason I joined is because all my friends were on it.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, let's be honest, I don't run. So they're like, oh, join the track team, and I
Yeah.
just started laughing. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna join the fucking track team. But then my buddy Abel was like, no, dude, like you don't have to run. Like you could shot put and like throw discs and stuff. And I was
Yeah.
like, wait a second, this is awesome.
I was like, you mean I could
So then-
throw shit and people
Yeah.
will applaud me?
Bro, it was the coolest shit.
Yeah.
So like I joined track and yeah, for 2 years. So
Yeah.
I did see you run. You're pretty good, dude.
Yeah, your junior and senior year.
Yeah.
Well, everyone was just better. It was one of those things where I was like, well, I'm okay, but there's people that are obviously better than me, and they're
Mhm.
trying a lot harder. So eventually, by my senior year, I was just like, all right, cool. Like, because I knew I wasn't
Yeah.
gonna like beat any of them, and if I wasn't gonna beat them, I wasn't gonna beat the people at other schools. So I was like, all right, I'm just kind of here.
What events did you do?
I did mostly the 800 and the mile.
Mm.
So I think my freshman year, I would do like the 2 mile. Just I feel like because they didn't know where to put me, so they just put me there. That was like the event where you just put all the kids that you didn't really want to
Right.
deal with.
Just let them do it. 'Cause
Yeah,
nobody
just let
else
them
wants
do
to
it, and then by the time they're done, they'll be so tired they won't ask you to do anything else.
Right.
So what's like your best mile time?
My best mile time, not that good. No.
He's like 3:21.
3:21. No, imagine.
Damn,
No,
that'd be sick.
that one I actually did. This one I actually did my senior year. The last track meet was 4:59.6 or 0.7.
Dude,
So, like,
and that's not good?
Well, you had other people running like 4:20 2 years ago.
That's insane.
That's
was
crazy.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Yo, it takes me 4:59 just to warm up, to think of running them out. No, it takes me 4 minutes just to make myself like, all right, bro.
Like, lace up your
Mentally-
shoes. No.
Yeah, mentally prepared.
Yeah, so I remember that, but yeah, that was fun actually. I was just happy that I broke 5 minutes because before that, like my best was like 5:20 I think, because I hadn't ran it at a meet because I was always doing the 800, and then that one I was just like, all right, well I want to do the mile because I want to break 5, and this is the last chance I'll probably get.
So, like, what advice do you give someone, like, hey, this is how you, like, what advice do you give someone who like, wants to, like, beat their mile record?
Oh, that's a good question. Shit.
Damn.
I don't know. How would I describe running the mile?
He's like, starve yourself.
Yeah,
it's
so
all
you gotta
mental,
starve
right? Like-
yourself. Yeah, honestly, like the bulk of it is mental, because after a certain point, you can only really go so fast in the mile.
Yeah.
So if I had just, and it's easy to say when you're just sitting here, but if you just keep running as fast as you start, like you're fine,
Okay.
That's basically how I would do it. I would break it down into chunks, because so the mile is 1,600 meters.
Damn, you
And
remember that? That's
on the
actually-
outdoor track, on the outdoor tracks that are 400 meters, it's 4 laps, right?
Yeah.
So I would break it down. I'm like, all right, so I just got to do this first lap, and that one's easy because you're excited. You're like,
Right.
you got adrenaline going, so you don't even think about that one. And then the second lap, that's when you gotta focus and try to like stay with a group, or if you're trying to win the race, you sit like you never want to be in front, I guess, when you're running.
Right.
And then the third lap, that's when you actually start getting tired, and when your mind's like, all right, well, you got to slow down because you've been running for a long time.
Wait, why don't you want to be in front though?
Well, because if you're in front, it's easier for other people to pace themselves off of you, because they don't have to worry about the speed then. They follow the guy in front of them,
Right.
Oh, they use you as a guide.
Exactly.
Oh.
So the guy in front, he becomes like the rabbit that the dogs are chasing.
Yo, that's the perfect fucking
Analogy.
yeah.
Yeah. And so then I would just like, you try to stick it out through the third lap. And then the fourth lap, I remember I would always just, as soon as I know that there's only 400 meters left, I try to speed up as much as I can.
Oh shit.
And then I'll get tired by like 300 meters. So I only kept going for like 100 meters. But then at that point, you just like start talking yourself into it. It's like, all right, there's 300 meters left. That's like, and you start like just thinking about times. I was like, that's like less than 30 seconds. The faster you run, the faster you're done, And then I just used that the whole rest of the way.
That's insane. That takes a lot of like willpower. Like,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's all
crazy.
mental strength.
Oh, I'm pretty confident I cannot do that right now.
While running, did your mind ever wander off like, fuck, do I got homework tonight? Like, yo, I'm gonna get home and be tired. Like,
No, like
I
it
gotta
was
play
never
Halo.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. No,
Yeah.
no, it was never anything like that. It was always just I was just focused on either the person who was in front of me or trying to beat the time that I was going at.
Okay.
Because every time you come around, usually the coach would be there and he'd be yelling times every lap. So he was like, all right, he said like four something the last time I came around. It's been like this much seconds, so I have like this much time left if I want to finish in less than 5 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing.
So it's like the math meme, but while you're running. No.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
exactly.
I get it.
Yeah.
Wait,
so
so like, quick question: do you run with your mouth open or closed?
that
The
'Cause
fly's
I
gonna
know-
get in your mouth.
yeah, the fly is gonna come in here. You're supposed to not, but I know I always did after I got tired. So like, 200 meters into the race. But yeah, I would always run with the mouth open
Me too.
because it's hard. And, like
Yeah.
if you practice it, it gets easier. Like
Yeah.
I've been trying to practice that now recently, like running and breathing through your nose the whole time. But it's so annoying. Like
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
it's so bad. Like I don't know how people are supposed to do that when they're actually like in a race or something.
Right.
Because I'm just like jogging, I'm like I'm like dying.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, how do people do this?
I don't
But-
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I never really got good at running with not my mouth open.
Which
Right.
which events did you do while you were on track team?
Oh my gosh, I did a lot. I was a sprinter and a jumper.
Oh,
So,
damn.
yeah, I did high jump. I did pole vault. I did triple jump. I did a lot. I did 55, 100,
Yeah.
200, and 300.
No shit.
And then like all of them were relays.
Yeah.
Whichever one fell under. But
How was pole vault? Was that fucking
so
scary?
much fun. At first, it is scary just because like I would see like YouTube videos of like people like running with the pole and then it just snaps and like they bust their head open. You know, like at first I was like, dang, but then over time it's all momentum. So it's like you just like. I mean, it's like driving a car. You're really worried at first, and you're sweating, your palms are sweating, your knees weak, and arms are. No, I'm just.
Oh, mom's spaghetti. Yeah, I get it.
You know. Yeah. But over time, I mean, you get used to it.
Damn. Did you ever feel like you were gonna miss the mat or whatever the hell it's called?
Yeah,
little,
so
like,
they put it in a hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get. I mean, I was just worried that
I was a beast.
I was pretty bad at that. I was just worried that I would plant it. You know, that's what they call like you plant the pole in, and like you don't get enough jump and you just go back. You know, like instead of going forward, like you just
Damn.
So you go up and then just like, all right,
I'm coming back. You know, I think that's one thing that I was scared of. But like, I mean, you know, you ran Justin Kane. He actually ran. He did. I think he qualified for state actually.
He was really good.
He was a beast. He's actually like on like some like videos that I would see at I saw him on TV once for a video where he like it snapped. I think it was what's that one with Rob Dyrdek?
Ridiculousness.
Ridiculousness.
On MTV.
Yeah, I think it was on there.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And I was like, oh my god, that's like the West Field. Like it was pretty badass.
Oh, so he was like in a Morton uniform?
Yeah, he was wearing Morton gear and everything.
Yeah.
There was one actually. There's a video on that I've seen repeatedly. It comes up every so often on Facebook, where it's like I don't know what it's called, but it's like track fails. And one of the clips is from Morton.
Yeah.
Where it's at Morton West, where like the dude's pole vaulting, and like the pole went out into the track. And
shit.
Yeah, and I remember that. Like I remember
you were
that.
there?
Were you there?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it was really weird.
He was the guy.
Yeah, I was the guy.
You were the guy
Last
that
time
tripped.
coach ever let me do it. No.
Damn, that's crazy. So this Justin guy, he went to state, and I mean, was he like a beast, like, or?
Dude,
he was really
he was
good.
a beast. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember there was a couple of people that went to state my senior year. Remember Danny?
The
Didi?
shot putter.
The shot putter, dude. He missed like prom to go to state, and like he was just he was a beast. And I remember because I would have to like be in the weight room with all these like football players, you know, and everyone's like maxing like reps, like doing all these crazy, and I was just like, you know, just give me a plate, like give me half a
banana.
plate.
No.
Yo, you want me to spot you? Nah, I can't because this shit's a lot, you know, like
half a plate with a little side of rice.
yeah, you know, give me a plate to go. Nah. But dude, like these guys were like
Aluminum
crazy.
foil on the top.
Yeah, for real. Like, dude, okay, so this Didi guy was a beast, and then there was this guy they called Erlacher, who, I mean, come on, no, fucking Erlacher.
I know. I wonder why he's called
Like
that.
if that's your nickname.
Yeah. And then there was all these other dudes, but I remember they would try to convince me to join the football team, like in the summer, and I was just like, yeah, I can't. Like,
bro, you should have done it.
no, hell no, dude. Their practices were like at freaking 6 a.m, like every day in the summer. Like,
like how you're like, bro, I had to wake up at 6 a.m.
what? I'd rather go to work with fucking Marlene. No,
I know, right?
No, well, I mean, they'd rather if you weren't there, manager Trado.
Ooh, that's
Damn,
fucked up.
for
See,
real.
now then nobody would have hated you.
I know, damn. I mean, no one hated me. Like, I was cool, but
Uh-huh.
He starts tearing up.
right? Nobody hated me.
No, I don't think anyone hated you.
No.
Not
But,
to your face,
Not
at
to
least.
not to your face. No, not to my. I didn't know.
I guess to wrap up the athletic talk, would you go back and do it all over again?
Oh hell.
Not like high school in its entirety, but like
Just the sports?
Just the sports.
For sure, yeah.
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 That's dope.
Like, I mean, I play volleyball sometimes, but like just like be on an actual team again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like with an actual schedule, actual
even
coaches.
practice and stuff. Oh hell
Yeah.
yeah, I would love to. I wish like I joined the team, but it's so expensive now.
Oh really?
It's like literally like there's this one team where you pay, I think it's like $12,000.
Oh, shit.
And that's like for
like
the
a
whole
season?
year. That's
Okay.
like a year.
Okay.
But it's like $12,000 though.
Yeah. That's a lot.
You know.
Is
and
it like a traveling
it's
team?
a traveling
Yeah.
team.
Okay.
But
Well, it makes
that's
sense. They
still
gotta
a
cover
lot,
expenses, probably.
But
Or
$12,000.
Do you pay, like, if you pay those $12,000, then like you're good for the year? You don't have to give them any
you're
more
good
money?
for the year. But like, think about it. You just practice, and you probably have like 3 out-of-state places you go to. But it's not like 2 of them is driving distance, and 1 is like, okay, we're gonna have to fly here. But how expensive is a ticket where it's
That's
gonna be
true.
$12,000? You know. I don't know. It's just
I guess what would make it is is the uniform like Nike or
Wow.
nah?
Like, is it
Nike or
expensive?
Under
Is it
Armour?
like
No,
you know?
yeah, it's good uniform, but it doesn't
Yeah,
add
like, no
up.
matter
I'm,
how good the
I'm in it for the uniform,
uniform
bro.
is. That's why people, bro. That's why in high school they wouldn't give out the track uniforms until like halfway through
Till
the
the end.
yeah.
So
until
they
the
knew you were
end.
committed.
That's
Yeah,
true.
because
Yeah.
people would show up, take a uniform, and never come back again.
Yeah, I remember that. Damn, that's a lot for a club.
It is.
Yeah.
No, it's just really expensive now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you play frisbee. Do you guys?
That gets expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much is it like registration fees and all that just for like one season?
Okay, so I guess I gotta think about this question.
Oh shit.
So like I guess to register, I
Yeah,
guess to
me.
play like
I know.
a club season
Yeah.
is like, gosh, how much is it? It's like, what is it? It's like
Do you guys
80,
see the
89.
numbers? No, I see
I
the
know,
numbers
right?
right now.
They're all in white. No.
It's like $89, I think, for a season.
Okay.
And so you pay that so that you can legally be on a team. And then you know you have to make a team. And then
Oh, so you're not even on the team yet. That's just for you to be in the league.
I mean, typically people first, they'll make a team, then they'll pay that, you know.
Yeah.
They don't want to pay it and then not play. But then each tournament on average it's like maybe $75 a tournament.
Fuck.
And then there's 5 or 6 of those in like over the course of a season.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So there's that, and then you know each tournament you're paying for your food that whole weekend, most likely the whole weekend, and then you're like helping pay for gas, and then anything else that you might buy. Then the uniforms are like anywhere between 40 and like 120.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And then typically you're okay. You buy them like once every like few years, provided you stay with the same team.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gets expensive. Like there's no one thing that's a lot, but then when you start adding it all up, it turns into a lot. So like the team that I played on last year, like right now, the president of the team is owed like I think it's like $5,000 from last year.
What the hell?
So like people just didn't, they didn't pay for like a tournament bid or like gas or like a uniform or something.
Yeah.
It all
So-
just accumulated.
And it just accumulates, yeah. So he's like, yeah, I need to get paid because he has $5,000 of his own money that he can't even use because he spent it on the team.
Dang. That's crazy.
Damn, that is crazy. Fuck that, just to play frisbee. Well, I guess it's pretty
Right?
fun though. I mean,
And then
I
you
mean,
gotta.
how do you play? Like, do you like shoot it and?
Well, that sounds like frisbee golf.
oh yeah,
What you
I've
were
seen that.
saying. Yeah, that one is like there's a chain. What's it called? Like a chain
Oh,
fence.
Like
I
a goal,
know.
right? It's like a
Yeah,
goal.
like a little goal, and you throw
I've
it in
seen
there.
that.
So that's frisbee golf, and then ultimate frisbee is like a more close to. It's like a combination of soccer and football-ish,
Like rugby?
kind of like that, but not. That's why I don't use it because it's non-contact, and
Oh,
rugby's
okay.
like straight up contact.
It's like all contact.
Yeah, it's like all
Yeah.
contact. I guess rugby without the contact, you could think of it that way.
And without the ball.
Without the ball, instead of a ball, there's a frisbee.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's more or less like that. And there's like 2 end zones, and you're trying to score on the opposing end zone. It's 7-on-7, and the person holding the disc can't move. So the only way to advance it is to throw it to someone else.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yo, comment below if you've ever played ultimate frisbee because that shit is fun. Like I remember when we used to play, like it's a lot of running, but it's fun. Like
Yeah.
once you learn how to throw, like it's pretty dope.
I need
It's
to
fun. Yeah.
learn how to do
Yeah.
that.
That's. Otherwise, I don't think I would spend that much money on it.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
And then there's dudes that know how to throw it like in different angles, like the hammer throw where he's throwing it upside down, but it still goes perfectly. Like there's so
I
much
know.
shit. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's fun. And then depending on what level, I just like how there's such a broad spectrum of it.
Yeah.
So like you could play just like random pickup with people who've never played before, and you'll have a fun time. Or you could play like super competitive at a super competitive level, and like how they have their own like pro league and how they're trying to get that going and all that stuff. So I just think it's really cool.
That is pretty
That
cool,
is
man.
Cool, yeah.
Have you ever seen like an actual frisbee game or
No, not at all. Yeah, I mean, I've seen like that. What is it? Frisbee golf. I've
Yeah.
seen that thing before, but I've never seen people play. But I'm pretty sure it gets intense.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I know people who can throw a frisbee really well.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, like it's actually really hard. Like it's not like it's all, I don't know.
It's all
a
like
tough
in the
sport.
practice. Yeah.
Yeah. We I'm sorry. We filmed an episode with Fabian, right?
Yeah.
And he was talking about like different sports that he saw on ESPN.
Yeah.
So I was curious. So I YouTubed cornhole. You know, the bags. Yeah, dude, it's like a real deal. Like there's an actual league with like teams and shit. So you know what cornhole is? Yeah. So they're like, it's a real like competition. And then it's funny because the players are usually, well, from what I saw, they're like older, like white men.
Yeah.
So like they're very serious and like, you know, and then
This
it's
is
like
their shit.
Yeah, to me it's like, yo, so like when he goes home, does he tell his wife like he just won the, you know, like it's so weird, but it's really cool. Yeah.
Does he go home and like rub like icy hot on his elbow and
Right,
stuff?
like, you know, like his throwing arm, he doesn't want to hurt it.
He
so
doesn't want to hurt it. Yeah. Imagine pops
Yeah.
out of his socket.
Or like,
That's true.
ooh,
Just
imagine.
dangling.
He's just he puts it here and just.
But yeah, there's so
Gotta
many
keep going.
sports. There's so many sports that are like now like on TV, and it's crazy.
It's great. It's more exposure for everything because there's just more room.
Have you seen winter volleyball?
No.
Oh
Yo,
yeah, I
this
remember
is
you
dope.
telling me about that. That sounded
Yeah.
dumb. Like
No,
why?
you're right. Yeah, it sounds dumb, but it was really cool. So I don't know. I have this like Olympic channel on my TV, and they were.
Yeah, I just have this channel.
I don't even know. So it was on, and they were like in like Russia or like Germany, but they were playing in the snow, like on a mountain, and it's like beach volleyball, like 2-on-2, but they were playing in the snow, and it's cool because they were like layered up and they had gloves on, and like you just see like the smoke coming from their face,
Yeah.
you know, like it was really dope. Yeah.
That seems pretty cool. It sounds dumb, but it seems like,
Yeah,
hey, why
and
not? Like,
it's like a whole different like factor that like, you know, fuck, what if your hands are freezing, you can't really spike it, or like, you know.
Ooh, it
That's
hurts.
pretty cool. Yeah, dude,
no,
imagine.
but I'm pretty sure you're warmed up by then, you know.
Maybe, yeah.
But still, it's like,
Nah, it still hurts.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll still hurt, and you get really bad arthritis or something.
Yeah, because I know whenever I'm playing, not even just playing frisbee in the winter, but like in the spring and fall when it's cold out, my fingers get really cold.
Ooh, okay.
And you know when you're guarding someone, you know you want them to not complete the pass,
Right.
so you want to D it out of their hands or like smack it when it's coming in the air or something. There's times where like I look at it, I was like, I'm not putting my fingers there. Like it's not worth it. It's not worth the pain that I'm gonna feel.
Ooh, have you ever jammed your finger on a frisbee?
Oh.
No.
That
I don't
sounds
think
like
I've ever,
it hurts.
I don't think I've ever like jammed my finger actually.
Oh, it's
really?
the worst.
At all?
I don't think so.
Bro, knock on wood, because that shit
I
fucking
know.
hurts.
It's so bad.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, with volleyball, I'm sure that happened to you a lot,
Oh,
right?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, that's why, like, a lot of times I would jam them, but then they would tape our fingers.
Oh, okay.
If they were jammed, so it's like it wasn't as bad, but
Yeah.
it still, like, hurts, because then sometimes you'll re-jam it,
Ooh,
like, and it happens again, you're just like, dang.
Well, you just
like
gotta
it was
take
just feeling better.
Yeah.
Damn, fuck that.
What about you? Where were your fingers at?
Nah, they're good. Like, they're all right. They're decent.
They're all
People say I
jammed?
got weird fingers. Nah,
Actually,
is I hide them?
Hold on. Put your hands.
No,
Put your
what's
hands back up. They do
Come
look
on, bring
weird.
those dogs
No,
up. Bring that-
Damn.
Well, actually, I had my first injury.
You want some buns with that hot dog?
Aw, that's bogus.
What? Nah, I'm all looking at the camera. No. Nah, fuck you guys. But
He's like, nah, I'm on keto.
yeah, bro, these fingers though, they could set. Like, you
Oh,
see me play volleyball.
dude.
Nah,
For sure.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, stop.
No, seriously, I feel
It's
like
all that
you were
extra
meant to be a
surface area.
setter.
Right? It's all the fucking the perimeter. Nah, what is it? The fucking.
It's like when you got like webbed feet and you can just swim better.
Ah.
It's like that.
That's bogus.
Nah, I'm all looking at him.
No,
Yo.
so you were born to be a setter.
Yeah, I think you were born to be like your hands are just like perfect for it. I don't know.
You think so? No,
But, like,
you know what?
do it so like perfect, like, and that's coming from like a volleyball player. Like
That's
Oh,
coming
it's
from a
like,
college
Yeah.
athlete
it's really
volleyball player.
good.
Damn, thanks. That's actually really cool. Yeah, I've never heard that.
Like,
Well,
I feel
I
like
think-
if you just got the hang of it and you kept practicing, you would be
Yeah.
a beast.
I think
Yeah.
I like setting more than hitting because I can't really spike. So like my hits are like they're coming from the ground, so I'm not up there, you know. So it's
Yeah.
like less threatening, but like setting, like you don't have to jump. I mean, you do, but like you know, it's yeah, it's a lot easier.
Like, oh,
you know?
you're just like, well, I don't have to jump, so I'm gonna do this.
All
He
right,
wants
well,
to
I'm-
do like the
yeah,
bare
he
minimum.
wants to-
Yeah, all right, you
I'm not
jump.
waking up at 6. I'm not, I'm not jumping.
Like, what
either.
time is practice? No, I quit.
A mile? Nah.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even
Lift?
talk to a Maya. No.
What? Yo, no lifting. No.
He's like, plate? Yeah, I'll take one home. I'll take one to go.
Bro, for
Like-
real. Damn, I probably sound like a lazy bum. Like, this has been an episode. Nah, fucking exposing Trado.
Right? Little did
crazy.
you know.
I wonder if like the people that listen to us regularly like can tell now that like, yo, this guy is fucking lazy. Like,
Trader, it's gonna be like Trado Hater Tuesdays.
yeah,
Damn.
for real. Call in and talk shit. Man, fuck you guys. No.
All right, we'll continue on.
Yeah.
Go
let's
ahead.
let's switch it up here, cause nah.
No, go ahead. You were gonna talk about your first injury
Oh yeah, no, I fucked up my knee the other day.
again.
Again?
Oh no, well you guys know about it, but they don't know. I
Well-
fucked up my knee playing volleyball.
Well, you said the other day like it happened like yesterday.
All right, it happened like 2 months ago,
Yeah,
but it was fucking scary though.
Yeah.
you know?
AKA the
Oh.
other day.
Yeah, the other day.
I've
yeah.
seen someone dislocate their knee and it's nasty.
Dude.
It's so oh god.
It sucked. Well, I guess backstory: we were playing this team that I used to be on, and then we lost, and that was just hurt even more because like fuck, now my knee hurts, and now like
get hurt for a win.
now we lost it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, fucking injuries suck, dude. Yeah.
So, guys, how did it happen? I don't remember if you told me.
I don't know. No. So there I was, right, minding my own business. I was just waiting for the set, and then I think I jumped to like, well, I jumped to like block kind of, but I can't really block. So all right, so I like to think that I could block. So I'll be up there, doing my thing, intimidation.
With your hands down here.
Halfway,
like this.
fucking T-Rex.
It's dislocated, okay?
My wrist popped out of my and then yeah, dude, I just felt like the shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it just shifted one way and the leg went the other way, and then it just it was like swollen and it was just really bad. But I mean, it wasn't like super bad because I could walk within like a week. But then,
I mean, if you call that walking.
yeah, I was
that
limping
That
hard.
was pretty bad.
Yeah, but I don't know where I was going with this.
You were talking about your first injury.
That was it. Yeah, that's all I got. Yeah.
But did you go to El Salvador though?
Bro, okay, yeah. So that, I did. Yeah, so if you're Hispanic, you probably know someone that fucking has magic hands, like
Yeah.
the sobandero. Yeah, yo, I feel like every Mexican household has the go-to sobandero. You know, do you guys like?
Oh,
does
for
your
sure.
family
He's
have them?
like a couple houses down. Anytime
Damn. He's
anyone gets
on
injured,
call?
my mom will tell like my friends and family like, trust me, go, you'll be healed. You'll be
Damn.
healed and like watch. You'll
Like,
be
they
fine.
swear on
yeah,
it?
they
Yeah.
swear, and then they come back like miraculously, like I can walk.
No,
Like,
Bro.
like I can see again.
Yeah. Like,
Damn, so he's
wow.
down the street from your house?
Yeah.
Mine's in Joliet. Shit. No.
Oh, you
Dang,
messed
dude.
up, bro.
Yeah.
And this guy doesn't charge, free of charge. I mean, obviously, if you want to tip him,
Yeah.
he'll take tips. But it's pretty cool. Like he has a setup
Damn.
in this like garage with like a TV and like
Damn.
like you can sit down and wait and like get your like your feet, like
So he's pretty legit.
Dude, he's legit. And
Yeah.
he has like
Does your guy just take you into his basement with the lights off?
Pretty much, like, yo, close your eyes, it's gonna hurt.
For
Trust
real,
me.
right?
Yo, but then you smell like the fucking thing that they use and
like
the
the
oil.
kind of like
Yeah.
aloe vera.
Yeah,
smell,
you know that like nasty mint.
like the icy cold,
Yeah,
icy
yeah,
hot.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, he was working my knee. Oh, bro, I wanted to cry so bad. That shit hurt.
Yeah.
And then he's like, nope, you gotta. It starts from up here. So he's like, you got a nerve in your fucking butt cheek.
Yeah.
So he was like working the nerve down the leg, and I was like, yo, I don't know, man. But then I could walk, so it kind of worked. Yeah.
There you go.
I wonder if it's just like the placebo effect though.
That's what I was thinking too.
Like I wonder if it's like, wow, he like healed me, and then
Yeah.
in reality it was all mental,
Right. He probably fucked you up even worse.
Yeah. Probably
No
Yeah.
wonder you were limping for like a month.
Right? Yeah, it was bad. But yeah, it's
I
so
feel
funny.
like that probably does help because it's like the same thing where like when you pay to go get a massage, like if you
Yeah,
have like a
that's
knot
true.
in your back or something, they
But
work the whole area around it.
But I feel like those people studied it though. Mostly like these like Mexican dudes, just it's like a gift from God or like a family like tradition.
Yeah.
Just yo, my dad did it, like my grandpa did it, so now I'm doing it, and like they got magic fingers and shit. But yeah, like those actual like the what are they called? Masseuse?
Yeah, masseuse.
Masseuse?
Masseuse.
Messiah?
Messiah.
Those
you're
people
all
actually.
calling your
I know, right?
massage therapist,
He's the Messiah. Fucking no. Yeah, those people actually study it, so they probably know where to like fucking hit you.
Yeah, that's true. These guys just kind of like.
They just
All
kind
right,
of
let
probe
me just
around.
give it a shot. Let's see.
Does this hurt? Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, it's right there. Yeah. Does this hurt? No. Yeah.
It's like, all right, cool. I guess I'm doing the right thing.
Right.
So I guess was your shoulder dislocating like the worst injury that you've gotten, or was there something worse?
Other than a heartbreak? Nah, I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
shit.
I'm just kidding.
Yo, you can't massage that
Nah,
hard.
No,
She's all at the guy down the street. So you gotta do something.
fix my heart. No. I think I sprained my ankle, but dislocated my shoulder. Like it's happened like 3 times, like 4 times already. And it's funny. There was this one time where like I was like fighting with my sister, and like I guess I swung and it popped out, and I was like, wait, like wait. Pop my shoulder back in, and then we'll get back into it. She was like, whatever, I'm not popping your shoulder. I was like, yeah.
So she won. Like,
she won.
So she won, but come on, my shoulder was like popped down. I was just like trying to like take swings from like down here, you know.
You know, Mortal Kombat was like finish her. Like
it's just you.
That was her cue.
You just had to like rip it off. Yeah. That's crazy.
Rip off my arm.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's fucked up. Damn. So your sister was like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah. Like, I mean, what
No,
else are you
that's
gonna
my
do?
cue to like to fucking defeat her.
Have you ever had like a crazy injury? Because I remember you. There's been twice where like you sent me a Snapchat of getting that cramp in your foot.
In my foot, yeah.
Yeah,
those
bro. Like there's the nerve in his foot. No, we're gonna talk about your feet now, right?
No.
It just cramps up.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Wait, is it a nerve? Dude, nerves cramp or is it a muscle?
Your muscle.
Your muscle
contracts.
cramp.
Oh,
Yeah.
well then your fucking feet are muscle fucking swole.
It just so like
it's all those miles. Now.
so like sometimes when I'm like after I finish working out and like I'm like sitting on the floor, and I'll like go to get up, but then not the foot, like my arch of my foot, it just cramps. It's like the same you would like with your calf or something. It just cramps, and I just like have to stare at it. It's like I can't.
Do your toes curl?
No, so it's only that one muscle. Like my toes are fine. So it's just this part.
Like the base, like
this right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So this and everything else is fine, but then this is just super cramping.
Oh.
So like
for everyone that can't see his foot, no.
Yeah.
Can we make it cramp right now?
Right.
Well, I can't. Oh, imagine.
Bro, take your shoe off.
Take your shoes off.
Weird.
No. Yeah. So that. Yeah. This episode took a turn.
Bro, we went from fucking wage gaps to foot cramps. I mean,
yeah, so that one's weird, but I guess I do have the other one where when I sprained my ankle, I could tell that after this because I think the camera's gonna die pretty soon.
Ooh, let's do it. Yeah, I
It
didn't have
was
internet till
online
like
playing like 2000.
Did you guys ever have a rich kid in your class? Like growing up, like there's always that one like kid who's got like way more shit than like anybody else, and it's just like, oh, you're rich.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
You're not like rich, but like legit upper middle class.
Yeah,
and that kid's got like all this shit, and you're like, how do you have all this?
He has the big ass like 128 box of crayons,
Right?
Ooh, with the little sharpener in the back.
On the back.
Yep.
I lost my mind when some kid had a crayon sharpener, and here I am just like with my
with your pencil sharpener,
or just like peeling off the thing and like scratching it.
Yeah, dude, you gotta peel the little paper off. Yep. Or you know when you couldn't
peasants.
like when your parents didn't get you the Crayola, but they got you like the off-brand, the rose art or whatever it's called.
Oh, rose art is
dude. I remember that.
It was
for
awful.
sure.
bad, but they were like $2 cheaper.
Yeah,
it was
you know,
worth it. I mean,
especially if you had siblings, like you
could get the 64 pack of the off-brand.
Adult me was adult means like, oh shit, I'm gonna get rose art.
yeah, like hey, fuck, it's cheaper. Yeah.
But when you're a kid though, you don't understand. You gotta have the Crayola.
Well, because this big baller's coming in with this like 128 box of crayons. He's like, yo, girl, you want a peach colored crayon?
Right.
It's just pink. It's just pink. It's not that good.
Right.
It's just pink and white.
And there's the one kid who has like the 12 pack. And everyone makes fun of him, but like he has all the colors he needs.
You're the kid, like he's good.
You're the kid in kindergarten with colored pencils because your mom was like, let me just get you colored pencils.
You're
He's like balling out. Yeah, like other kids, like they got their dumbass
Dinky
Crayolas.
Yeah.
I'm trying to draw on the lines, but I just can't.
Yo, how about the kid that had a glue stick? And everybody had the bottle glue.
That was always the kid who was eating the glue stick.
His parents didn't trust him.
He's too busy eating the paste, and next thing you know, he's got the glue stick.
Right.
No, but then like the kid with the glue stick, like his arts and crafts always looked dope as fuck. Like they didn't have
So
that ugly ass
clean.
line. Yeah.
You didn't get that smudge paper.
Yeah. And then you spread it out.
Weird glue
like all this shit on your fingers.
Oh, the peeling.
Yeah.
Yep. The fake skin.
I got a question.
I have an answer.
Oh my god.
I might have an answer. No.
The motherfucker.
What's up?
Okay, when did you guys?
Welcome back, guys. That was a real quick clip. That's like a tongue twister. Real quick clip. No, I can't even say it. No.
What's wrong with your gun,
Fuck
bro?
that up. I don't know. Yeah, so if you like that episode, come back next week and you'll see the whole thing. Marlene, thank you for having been on this show. Ooh, I saved that.
Really
I saved the fuck out of that one. Yeah, no, thanks for joining us. This is dope.
No, thanks for having me. It's really fun. It's like I've never done this before. It's pretty cool.
So I guess to close out, real quick before we go. All right, imagine your life. Nah, just try to
reiterate what was said.
Okay, well, I guess how would you describe this next topic that we're about to dive into, Renee?
So you put me on the spot.
I know. Go ahead, tell the masses.
Tell the masses.
Yeah.
Like what? Out of the TV shows that you've seen or that you've heard of, which one would you want your life to be? I guess if you could put yourself into a TV show, like which one would you want to live in?
American Horror Story. Nah, I'm just
All right,
kidding.
perfect.
No. This Is Us.
What's that?
Have you guys not seen that?
I haven't seen it. I've seen it, but I've never watched it.
Oh, it's such a cheesy show, but it's like a great show. It's so heartwarming that it keeps you like wanting to watch it, and then there's just like drama. Obviously, there has to be drama in the show.
Yeah.
But it's just so good. It's just so heartwarming.
Is that on Netflix?
I think it's on Hulu.
I think it's on Hulu, maybe.
Yeah, because I've seen it. Like I've scrolled past it when I go back to the like continue watching tab.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
It's a good show if you're a fan of like Mandy Moore and what's his name, Milo Ventimiglia or something like that. They work really well together. It's a good show.
Sure.
Damn, I guess this doesn't really work if you've never seen the fucking the show.
So it's like is it like a family, like a sitcom thing?
Yeah, no, it's not like a sitcom. So it's basically about like a family and like the struggles that they go through, but like each kid, they're all like twins.
Oh shit!
I mean, they're triplets.
Oh,
right. I know.
It's more extreme.
It gets really interesting, but they just go like the struggles that like all three of them go through, and even like the parents, and I don't know. Like the more you watch it, the more like you start finding out like, oh, like this person has like an alcohol problem. Or,
okay.
This person, is like has trouble with their weight. Like it's just a really good show, and I don't know. It's good to watch with like either by yourself, but it's just a good show to watch. It's heartwarming.
Damn, that's dope.
So it sounds like a show that like revolves around how they function together, but you realize that there's more stuff going on, but they're still positive.
It's like every time I watch the show, I'm like, dang, I want a family like that.
Yeah.
It's just really, it's a good show.
Oh, kind of like the Gallaghers in fucking
Shameless?
Yeah, Shameless.
Oh,
I always felt like if you think about it, that's a family oriented like show. Like
it is.
They all got each other's back, like
yeah.
All right, cool. This is us. I gotta check that out.
So then, what's yours, Trado?
Well, I have two moods. All right,
moods.
Here goes the first
one. Sometimes I want to shoot people up, and sometimes
sometimes I want to pet a cat. But like no. So I guess the first one would be like, I would want to like switch places with someone from New Girl.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, like one of the roommates?
Yeah, like one of the roommates. Just because it's so dope.
You
like
could be Nick.
Yeah, bro, I would be a perfect Nick. Like just work at a
Lazy.
bar,
No.
lazy, fucking half-ass everything. Like like I would want to do that just because like every day like you have roommates, right? So everyone's like day just revolves around like what everybody else did. Like especially at the end where like they get together and like they drink and shit. That would be so dope just because I've never had like roommates.
Yeah.
To say like it's always been like my brother, or, like I'll live by myself, like. But yeah, that would be super dope to have that in a loft. Like, come on, bro, a fucking loft.
That's pretty cool.
The loft would be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's one mood. And it also depends. Like, I would be Nick for sure. I can't be like Winston or fucking Schmidt. Like Schmidt's too.
You could just be Coach.
High class. Wow, just come in wherever the fuck I want. Like, yeah. And then the other mood would be like, do you remember Malcolm in the Middle?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love
that
show.
So I would want to be Malcolm just because like,
you'd be in the middle.
You'd be in the middle, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, like you have like your fucking brother that's like off in the military, and then like you have like you're always like the voice of reasoning. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I would be the perfect like Malcolm. And it's like a lower middle class family, like you can't really like
you can relate to it.
Yeah,
right?
you know, like I don't know, that would be dope.
It's like that scene where they're having breakfast and Dewey is pouring orange juice, and Hal's like, "Hey, go easy on that orange juice. It doesn't grow on It does. Why is it so expensive?
Right, yeah. Fucking cheap ass
Right, like-
dad and mom. No.
What's his name? The one in the wheelchair.
Stevie?
Stevie.
Yeah.
And like he's like, I guess it's like when he's calling Malcolm. He's calling his like landline, and the mom Lois answers. She's like, "Listen here, you pervert." She's like,
you just
I can
breathing?
hear you breathing. He's like, "Stop calling my house." And she's like, "Oh wait, hey Stevie."
Yeah.
Like, that's one of my favorite episodes.
That show is so funny.
That's a good show.
Yeah. They gotta add that on Netflix. I would binge the fuck out of
I
that.
It's on Hulu.
It is on Netflix, wasn't
Is
it?
No, it's not.
Oh, I don't know.
It's
but
on Hulu.
It's on
so
Hulu?
good.
Yeah.
Yo, I haven't like tapped into Hulu. Maybe I should.
Hulu's got a lot of cool stuff going for it, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. What's up with your password? Nah.
Well, I
Let me
gave
holler
it
at
to
that
you. What
person.
happened?
Oh, you did like
Yeah.
a year ago. You're right.
So if
you're
you
right,
lost
you're
it, that's on you.
right. I did. Yeah, fuck. Nah.
See?
Hey,
See what
what's
I have
up?
to deal with?
No, just
shit.
half-ass it. No.
Bro, I was thinking Malcolm in the Middle, and you literally took my.
Oh,
mood
really?
With your second mood.
Yo, funny story.
wow.
We do that shit all the time. Like not even trying to like say the same shit, but like, I mean, 33 episodes together, like we tend to say the same shit at the same
It
time.
happens.
So it's
no,
weird.
Like, yeah, literally at the same time.
Yeah, it's weird that like I took Malcolm in the Middle. No,
You took it from me. Now I can never enjoy it again.
that's fucked up.
It's such a good show though. That
It
like,
is.
Yeah.
it's like it just brings back memories.
Bro,
like,
on
from
Fox?
when I was younger,
Hell yeah.
watching it like on a small TV, like
Right.
in my kitchen, like on top of the fridge, and like just watching it, like eating a bowl of cereal. I don't know. It just brings back
Damn,
memories.
Those were like the best days, dude.
I know, and
Yeah.
it's like I don't know. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Shit. I never had a TV on top of my fridge. That's some rich people shit.
Really?
Oh, really?
What?
I
You
feel
got a whole TV that like.
Not a whole TV.
But
It's
like
like a
the little kitchen
square.
TV.
That's
Yeah.
why. Like you had enough money that you had a TV in your kitchen.
Ooh,
Like-
you're balling.
Yeah.
Nah,
I know, right?
That's,
No.
that's,
Nah, I'm just
that's a
kidding.
balling move.
But did you
That-
put orange juice in your cereal though? No.
Oh, that just sounds gross.
Wow.
Did you do
You
that?
did?
No, but they did it in the show. Come on,
Oh
guys,
yeah,
follow
they
it.
did.
No.
They did. They did.
All right.
No.
All right.
Um,
Look how nervous
I
you
don't.
got.
No. But yeah, fucking. I guess what would your show be?
Did I just say this? No.
Oh no, you can't pick the same show.
Well,
You
I
gotta-
didn't know you were gonna take the
Lazy.
show.
Didn't
You-
want to pay
I actually
attention.
gave you two
Nah,
options, so you gotta.
Well, you took both of the shows.
What?
I don't know, crap. Because that I was gonna go with that because there's so much always happening and all the characters are really interesting.
Yeah.
And how they're all actually geniuses in their own manner.
Yeah.
So like Malcolm's like a traditional genius, and like
Mhm.
Stewie
Dewey.
again. Dewey is like a musical genius. Reese is like really good at like culinary stuff and working with his hands.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Reese is just like a perfect. He's perfect at reading people. He's really good at being manipulative.
Oh, you mean Francis?
Francis.
Yeah.
The older one, yeah.
The oldest.
And then what about Jamie? We
I-
don't know
I don't
yet.
know,
'Cause he's still
yeah.
a baby at that.
I don't know
I
what
know,
he's good
right?
at.
No.
I like how they did that twist, like, oh, Jamie, you don't know if it was a girl or a boy. I was
Yeah.
like, is it a girl or a boy?
Yeah.
Like they never said that. They just
That's
that's why
true.
they gave him the name
He's just
Jamie.
Quiet.
It could go both ways.
Yeah.
And then Hal's just, I don't know how it happened. You know, but
Yeah.
all the kids are like geniuses.
Yeah.
I don't know if I had to pick another show. I'd probably have to be like another ensemble show, and I don't want to say The Office because that would be too easy. Because that
I
would
could-
make that would make work so much fun every
Yeah.
day.
Oh yeah.
Oh, bro, I would love going to work. Imagine.
Yeah, and then you
Arguing
never
with
have to
Dwight.
worry. Yeah, you never have to worry about getting fired because Michael just doesn't want to fire anybody.
That's true.
How cool is Jim? No,
Oh, I love Jim.
bro, like
You'd
I
be
want to
like
be Jim's
Jim's best
friend.
I love
friend?
Jim. Yeah.
We talk sports all day. No.
I don't know. I'll go with my ex favorite ensemble show, the How I Met Your Mother.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I haven't seen that one.
No,
It's really good for the first like 7 or so times,
hmm
and then you get kind of annoyed.
How many seasons is it?
9 is it?
Oh,
I think
okay.
so, yeah,
But they're
9.
like what, 20 minutes?
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
20
they're pretty
minutes.
pretty
Yeah.
easy
Yeah.
watch. Yeah.
Yeah, but after the first 3 times that I watched it through, I enjoyed it. The next 3 I've seen it like 9 times through.
Mm-hmm.
The next 6 times after that, I just kind of didn't really watch it. It was just kind of on in the background.
Right.
And then the last 3 times that I watched it, I was just like grown to hate it.
Oh wow.
Like, I've seen it too much. Like there's a lot of the episodes where I can like walk in the middle of an episode and quote the scene that's happening,
Oh damn. All right.
and it just annoys me because then, something that happens 3 seasons from the episode that we're watching contradicts what happened, and it pisses me off.
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff, like I know it too well, so I
Yeah.
can't even watch it.
Like at this point, are you even enjoying it?
I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. It's more
Yeah.
like, dang, like I
It's just there.
Yeah.
So going on that, and we'll go in reverse order. Trado, what's a TV show that you wouldn't want to be in? So
Oh,
like if
man.
you woke up if you went to sleep today, woke up tomorrow, and you were in in one of the show, what show would you least
Not want to be in?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Like what world?
Now I'm all thinking about it. Yo, this is a hard question. I'm farting here. I'm brain farting now. All right, come back to me. No, I'm all nervous. No, I don't want to fuck this up.
Really? Do you have one?
I mean, I was gonna say like cops. Like I wouldn't want to be in that one, but that one's like too easy. Like a sitcom kind of.
Yeah, or just anything that's like straight fiction.
I wouldn't want to be in probably Breaking Bad, just because like. But like, what character would I be in that
like
show?
you just exist in that world.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
That's a hard one. That's a really hard one. I don't know. What would you?
Because
Give me some
so
time to think.
I'll go with two, and hopefully I take one of
No, it's not gonna happen.
So the first one, I wouldn't want to be a person in the MCU, in the Marvel movies.
All right, cool.
Because if you think about it, it's really cool when you're the hero and you're saving the world, but then all these random people, like all those buildings that collapse, like all these aliens that come and kill everybody.
Oh yeah.
Like the chances of you dying are pretty high, you know?
Yo, for real. Especially if you live in a big city like New York.
Yeah. That's
Especially if
true.
you live in New York. Like if you wake up in New York tomorrow and you see Spider-Man swinging outside, like you're probably gonna die.
Yeah, like there's probably a monster fucking. Yeah.
So like that, I feel like that would suck. Like
How annoying
I would
would
be
you-
paranoid all the time.
Yeah.
Like your insurance is probably super expensive.
Right.
It's like, well,
That's true.
we don't cover things from Iron Man. We only cover
Like
you didn't get the Hulk protection.
Yeah. If Hulk smashes your car, I'm sorry.
That's
like, you
not
gotta pay for
covered.
that.
yeah.
Or like if you're on your way to work and the fucking train just falls off the rails, like,
It's like, well,
yes, I'm
not
not
going to work today. So
Yeah, that
that
would be annoying,
that would
yeah.
just suck. And then the other one that would be like super scary to be in, and especially since I just finished watching it, would be if you lived in the world of Stranger Things.
Oh my
Ooh,
gosh,
that's a good one.
Because like, you know, there's the fucking the demi-dogs and the Demogorgon and the Mind Flayer and all that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that would just suck.
Yeah, that would. I mean, but then again, though, that would be kind of dope if you're just a spectator and you don't get like harassed by these like evil things.
In which I never see them getting like I only see like the main characters get harassed. You know?
That's true, but in
although
the
the
last
Mind
season,
Flayer,
yeah.
you could definitely get sucked into that whole thing.
Yeah, or like, what if you're like one of the people working at one of those buildings? You know, like what if you were at the hospital that day,
and then like it just went to shit.
It just went to shit. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's a good one, man.
So I think those
That
are
is a
two
good
that
one.
I would hate. So
Alright.
you said you had one.
Yeah.
So what was yours?
So I'm a big chicken. Like I go on record and say that I don't fuck with like ghosts. I don't vampires, nothing, right? So then zombies would
Not even
definitely.
Twilight.
No.
Yeah, so not even Twilight, right? A vampire. If I see a glowing, like a sparkling vampire, I'm running. Like, but The Walking Dead, I would not
Ooh,
survive, bro.
that's a good
Like,
one. Oh,
yo,
no.
I have to be stuck in a jail with random people that are getting sick, and I
Yeah.
can't even go outside. Like,
Right.
and if I see a zombie walking up, like, yeah, they're slow, but like, come on, bro. Like, I'm just trying
but
to
I'm
like,
slower.
yeah, you know, like,
Like,
now I
guys,
gotta outrun a fucking.
I hurt my knee.
Oh, so me and the zombie are limping at the same time. Like, who's gonna get to the fucking gate first? You know, like, yeah, no, I would not survive a zombie apocalypse. Like, that's just not. Yeah.
Okay.
Although I would probably be enjoying the fucking shooting. Like, I would take up like. Well, yeah, I mean, because you got to shoot for the face, right, or like the head.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Like
true.
that's how you kill them.
Yeah.
That would probably be the only thing I would enjoy. But like waking up in the middle of the night to like a zombie moaning in your ear, like yo,
Yeah.
I can't.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to take a shit. Honestly.
Like, and then like you can't even go to the store to buy toilet paper. Like you gotta,
Right.
It's either you have it
Right.
with you or you're screwed.
you're
Yeah,
screwed. Yeah.
that's true.
So I would not survive. But
All right.
yeah.
Now that got me thinking. Have you guys seen *Handmaid's Tale*?
Handmade. Oh yeah, that's another thing on Hulu.
Yeah.
That's a show I would not want to be on. Well, like for those who don't know, like
Uh-huh.
*Handmaid's Tale*, it's basically like a future America, and it's like it's run by men. Like it's male-dominated society where it's like, I believe it's like if you're just like a normal female citizen, like working, like in the working class, I think they choose you to be handmaids. So so these women wear like red cloaks, and they're basically only used for reproduction because I guess in future America, the generation rate has decreased. So like not a lot of babies are not being born.
Okay.
So they're using these handmaids to be as basically like slaves and just to have kids.
That's
to
crazy.
like try to reproduce and stuff. But it's like these women are treated like terribly. Like they have like they can't even look up. They wear like these hats. Like that's like that's the show I would not want to be in.
Shit.
Like I think I can handle
crazy.
zombies. Like zombies.
I didn't
it's
think
like,
about that.
Yeah, but you
It'll be
can't.
scary,
But
but-
imagine having sex knowing there's zombies outside. Like you can't even enjoy it.
No,
like
but like in the show too. Like now that you mentioned it, like they're forced to have sex with like these people that they call I forgot what they call them, but they're forced to have sex with them. No, it's just like the rich
I mean, they're
people.
monsters, but they're not monsters.
Right.
oh,
yeah.
like you're a monster, but you're not like a
Yeah.
monster.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's insane.
Dude, but yeah, you're right. Because living your whole life just reproducing, like
Yeah, and as soon as you like get done like giving birth, you give them the baby and you move on to the next and do it all over again.
so you don't even raise the child.
You don't raise it. They like take them away from you right away.
That's crazy.
See, you gotta start watching stuff on Netflix or Hulu.
Well, if you can get the password.
Yo, what's up with that password? All right, if we get like 15 likes on this video, Renee will give
All
me
right,
the
if we
password.
get 15 likes, I'll give you the password again.
Bro, for real?
I think that's fair.
that's fair, right?
That's fair.
Yeah, we get like
Not
4 or
bad.
5 per
Yeah,
episode.
yeah. Good luck.
Good luck.
All right, tell all your friends, Marlene. No,
I will. I'm actually.
yo, I gotta watch Handmaid's Tale.
A Handmaid's
A
Tale.
Handmaid's
It's so
Tale.
good.
And then
This
what was
Is
the first
Us.
one you said? Oh, This Is Us.
This is us.
All right.
There's the other one. There's the other one. The Stephen King one was really good too that I watched recently. It's
show?
also on Hulu. Crap, what was it? I'm not gonna remember. Well, I'll text you it
It's
later.
not Pet Cemetery, right? That's a movie.
That's a movie.
Yeah.
Also by
Dark?
Stephen King.
No.
Yeah.
Isn't that one?
Huh.
It's
All right.
I don't know. This dude, he's from like an alternate dimension.
Westwood? No, Westwood's something else.
Westwood. Westworld? Are you thinking
Westworld.
Of Westworld is really good too. You should
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
that.
that's kind of what it reminded me of. This Handmaid's Tale that you were talking about. Yeah, Westworld.
Westworld's good, but that's on HBO.
Oh, okay.
Where's that password?
Right? Yeah, what's up with that
Yeah,
HBO
password to that
password?
Shay,
too?
you think I got enough money to pay for HBO?
Bro, streaming platforms. Speaking of streaming, you could stream this episode everywhere from
That was good.
Spotify to YouTube to Apple Music to iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio, apparently.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so if you have any type of app, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This has been another episode of Trado Without a Radio. You already know how it goes. Trado, Renee, Marlene, thanks again for joining us. This was a really dope
this is a good episode.
No, thanks for having me. It was fun. We should definitely do
Cool.
this again.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
man. And yeah, let everybody know where they can find you, or if you want to plug something, or if you
wanna
have
promote
like
something.
I recently saw something on your Facebook. I don't know if you want to share it.
Oh yeah, so I'm actually running the Chicago Marathon in
Ooh.
October. So if you want to donate, go to my Facebook page and you can. I have a link provided below, so you can donate to the amount. I'm running for Paws, and it's a no-kill animal shelter.
That's awesome.
And all the money goes to helping homeless dogs and cats. So
See,
go
Yeah.
ahead, donate, please.
and you almost
Donate.
didn't even want to talk about it.
I know.
I know.
Thank you for pointing that
Yeah,
out.
no, for sure.
So I'm really excited.
Yeah, guys, $1 could go a long way, especially for pets. I love
Yeah.
dogs. Like,
Yeah.
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 All right, cool. This has been another show. Tune in next week. You already know. And yeah, we're out.
All right, cool.
Bye.